Hey guys, welcome to 12 Tone. Today we're going to talk about Counterpoint. A lot of you have asked about this, which means you probably know the basics, but for those of you who don't, we're going to start with the question, what is Counterpoint? It's been used in a lot of different ways for centuries, but the heart of Counterpoint is the idea of composition through multiple interconnected melodies. This may sound familiar to longtime viewers because it's part of the definition I gave for four-part writing, and yes, four-part writing is a kind of counterpoint. I like to think of it as heterorhythmic counterpoint because the voices all attack together but their melodic shapes are independent. But there's a lot of other forms of counterpoint. There's fugues, canons, linear counterpoint, inventions, but today we're going to focus on probably the most basic and relatable of them, the round. You're probably already familiar with rounds and may have even sung them as a child, but without even knowing it, you were engaging in one of the most complex devices in Western composition, one that dates back to at least the 12th century. Let's take a look at a popular round, Frere Jacques, and I apologize to any French-speaking viewers out there for that pronunciation. It goes like this. That sounds pretty and all, but it's not a round, it's just a melody. In a round, you need multiple voices singing the same melody, staggering their entrances to line up different parts of the phrase. Once a part ends, it loops back to the beginning, which is why a fancier name for a round is the perpetual canon. So let's listen to this again. And we'll start another voice here, and a third one here, and heck, let's get greedy and add a fourth. From here, all these voices just keep repeating and we hear the same bar of music over and over, but it sounds pretty, and to my ear at least, it doesn't feel stagnant. It's still moving even if it's just running in place, so why is that? Well, let's take a look at what happens on beat 1. In the first voice we have an F, in the second we have an A, in the third we have a C, and then in the fourth an F again. Those are all the notes we need to make an F major triad. By staggering the melody, we've created harmony. If that doesn't blow your mind, let's keep going. On beat 2, we have a G, a B flat, a C, and then another C, which looks like a C7 but missing the leading tone. On beat 3, we have an A, a C, an A, and an F, which puts us back to F major, where we stay until the process repeats itself. This gives us a vamp from tonic to dominant and back, which we can keep going with until we get bored of it and end. But 151 is not a particularly exciting chord progression, is it? We can do a lot better. Rounds are often folk songs or kids songs, so they're usually pretty simple harmonically, but really you can do this with any progression you want. Just make sure all your chord tones are accounted for and that you like the voice leading. If you want to see this in action, we filmed a little extra example, so check it out. The round is an incredibly versatile tool that can be used to create really interesting textures. If you loosen the rules a little bit, starting voices at different pitches and slightly reshaping the melodies, you can do even more intricate things, and once you do that, you're starting to get into serious counterpoint. You're creating melodies that fit together to become more than the sum of their parts, and that's what contrapuntal music is all about. And yes, against all odds, contrapuntal is a real word. And that's rounds. We'll talk about some more advanced forms soon, but for now, try the exercises, join our mailing list for scans of all our episodes, and keep on rockin'.